how can we avoid this? How can we avoid not encoding it properly, or not having the right cues to retrieve it, or having all of those frustrating things that contribute towards us forgetting? One way we can actually do that is using mnemonics, which are actually strategies to help improve our ability to encode material into our memory and retrieve it when needed. So mnemonics are, literally what I said, they're the strategies that help us encode and retrieve information. This strategy is the SQ4R method. So you can see we have survey is our S, question is our Q, and then read, recite, relate, review are our 4 R's. So if you get a question about the SQ4R method, that is a mnemonic that is help with, like you can see in our top right hand corner, it's to help prevent forgetting. So there's lots of different strategies that we can have a look at. But at the moment, we're just going to focus on our SQ4R method, which uses these topic headings to help encode material into your mind for example, a text chapter or assignment. So for example, if you're reading a chapter of a textbook and it's just in one ear, out the other, we've all been there. Sometimes it is quite a struggle. I've got a pile of textbooks right here that I've still got to get into, but sometimes just reading a block, a text of information, it actually isn't valuable, it isn't helpful, because it just doesn't stick in your memory. It just, like we were talking about, you can forget it because it hasn't been encoded properly and you haven't created adequate retrieval cues to be able to retrieve the information. So, well, how can we actually avoid that? Using mnemonics, so such as the SQ4R method, to really help with that encoding. Like I said before. So survey. Look for an overview of the content. Survey the information. Look for the introduction, the conclusion, or give the text a quick scan if it's a short one, trying to really get that overall idea of what your text is about, which leads to your question. So this is like a cognitive kind of process that you can actively follow through to kind of gain a deeper understanding of the text and try create those semantic, like that deeper processing, and try get a really deep understanding of the notes that you're reading. So question, what am I reading? Like actively being aware of what actually is it that I'm looking at. Next is read. Read the text underneath the subheadings that you've posed a question for. Okay, so what am I reading? I'm about to read an article about the working model of memory. Well, the next step is actually to read it. And then recite is to recite the text you've just read using your own words. So recite, you might think of a synonym like summarize. So can I actually put this text into my own words? And I know teachers are always talking at school about how important it is to summarize and take notes in your own words. And that's actually a really valid and proven thing, because that's actually showing that you're not just copying down and kind of doing that structural kind of understanding, but when you can actually recite or summarize and put it into your own words, you're actually showing that you've got that semantic level of knowledge, like you're actually understanding what you're reading, not just reading for the sake of reading. Following that is our relate, which is relating the information back to what you already know. And like I've been saying, that's all about your semantic encoding, because the stronger the association between what you're reading and what you already know, the more likely it is to remember what you're actually reading. And then review, which is looking at key terms, key information, and then checking if the information has been remembered. So survey, question, read, recite, relate, review is a process it's like a scaffold to guide your thinking to what am I reading? Do I understand what I'm reading? Can I relate it to what I already know? So it's an active questioning that you can use with yourself to really figure out, do I actually know what I'm talking about? And could I, if I was in an exam, could I be able to recall this? So this is really actually a valuable tool for even your own studies. So yes, you need to learn about this technique for like the psychology curriculum, but it's actually even something you can implement in your own in your own study, which is really, really interesting. So yeah, to guide that deeper level of processing.